Hello friends, here we are, Drops of Light, day 41. Yes, it has been 41 days. And we are here together, reunited with you. Yes, no cups needed. Reunited with you to go through the last and the most beautiful poem of them all. Chapter 41 of the book Gotas de Luz, Drops of Light. This chapter is the most beautiful one. It's titled In the Inner Sanctuary. It's precisely what we need because instead of just being a poem, it's a prayer poem, which is unprecedented, right? How often do you see that happening? Yeah, it's not that common, and Spiritism brings it to us full force, right? I'm here sharing with other friends. Feel free to share. In the inner sanctuary, isn't that what we need? Today, our mentor was saying how many of us are living the conflicts inside of us, conflicts. And when we see the problems around the world, we think it's external to us, then we realize that those issues are simply mirror images of the conflicts inside of us, right? In this beautiful poem today, 41, in the Inner Sanctuary, I think it's the perfect timing for us because it's precisely what we need for the current times. Wherever you are in the world. Some places we have refugees, other places people experiencing misery because of dictatorship. In other places we see people creating ego-driven problems and so on and so forth. And the question is, where is your safe haven, your sanctuary? Where is it? Where is it? So that's a good question, huh? We need to ask ourselves, what is your safe haven? And then a hurricane comes. It makes us realize about life. Not only when it comes towards our direction, but towards the direction of our loved ones. And we're like, oh my Lord, what is the lesson that is here for us? Because these movements of nature don't happen just because. They happen with a message. What is the message? Oh, it's global warming. No, it's deeper than global warming, my friends. Global warming is also a consequence. It's not the cause. Global warming is a byproduct of a human attitude towards the planet. But an attitude that is beyond a physical attitude is an emotional, spiritual attitude. And the question for us all in these current events that we're seeing in the world, nuclear weapons, hurricanes, famine, any and everything, the question to all of us is, how am I partaking in this human attitude that is becoming destructive to the collective? Hopefully, we're no longer partaking in it. We're actually on the other side counterbalancing it. But to counterbalance it, we need to enter the inner sanctuary, right? You ready to go through it? Yes, we are. I saw Ivone Medeiros there. Hello, Ivone. Hello, beautiful Rihanna. We're proud of you and the works that you, Nico, and the community there are doing in South Africa regarding the Spiritist books. Beautiful, beautiful. Adilson, how are you, my friend? Andrea Torres. Beautiful Lea Severo. A big hug, Lea. Ceissa, beautiful Ceissa, how are you? Karina, how are you, Karina? Ivana Santos, how are you, Ivana? And here we have our dear Erica, and Danny, of course, when we talk Erica, Danny, Erica, right? Leonor Pacheco, and our friend, superhero friend, as Virginia would say, John De Rosa, the voice of Kardec in the audiobook of the Spirit's book that we make available at Kardec Radio. Believe it. Okay, are you ready? I'm ready too. The last drop of light for the session. It's a series of 41 drops. It starts in Portuguese and it's a prayer, poetry, poem. Okay, ready? In the inner sanctuary, no santuário interior. I'm gonna read it in Portuguese. Bear with me, don't go away. Wait a minute, because I'll bring to you the English. No santuário interior, meu Senhor, Pai de bondade, de luz e de amor sem fim, não me abandones a treva que trago dentro de mim. Não me deixes repousar no leito em flor da ilusão. Dá-me a bênção luminosa de tua repreensão. De espírito encarcerado nos débitos que inventei, tenho sede do equilíbrio que nasce de tua lei. Controla-me a aspiração de ganhar e possuir. Sou teimoso e invigilante. Ensina-me a discernir. Entrecruzam-me em meu peito divergências, dissensões. Não me relegues ao jugo de minhas imperfeições. A chaga alheia, Senhor, sei curar, lenir ou ver, mas sou tardo de visão na esfera de meu dever. Sou ágil no bom conselho ao coração sofredor, todavia surdo e cego nos dias de minha dor. Nas orações quase sempre, sou cópia dos fariseus, sentindo-me presunçoso, dileto entre os filhos teus. Não escutes, Pai bondoso, os rogos e brados mil, da ignorância que eu trago, vaidosa, bulhenta, hostil. Não satisfaça no mundo o orgulho atrevido e vão, que me faz triste e abatido nos tempos de provação. Põe freios duros e fortes ao meu serviço verbal. Muita boca leviana tem dado guarida ao mal. Meus sentimentos enganados perturbam-me muita vez. As emoções desvairadas, por compaixão, não me des. Que a tua vontade, enfim, pronta a prever e prover, seja em tudo e em toda a vida a minha razão de ser. Meu Senhor, Pai de bondade, de luz e de amor sem fim, não me abandones a treva que trago dentro de mim. In English, in the inner sanctuary, my Lord, Father of goodness, of light and love without end, do not abandon me to the darkness that I bring within me. Do not let me rest in bed in bloom of illusion. Give me the luminous blessing of your reprehension. Of the imprisoned spirit in the depths that I invented, I am thirsty for balance that is born of your law. Control my aspiration of winning and owning. I am stubborn and invigilant. Teach me how to discern. Intersect in my chest disagreements, dissensions. Do not relegate me to the yoke of my own imperfections. the wound of another, Lord. I know how to heal, to mitigate, or to see. But I am slow in my vision in the sphere of my duty. I am quick in good advice to the suffering heart, yet deaf and blind in the days of my pain. In the prayers, almost always, I am a copy of the Pharisees, feeling presumptuous, favored among your children. Do not listen, kind Father, to the 1,000 prayers and cries of the ignorance that I bring, vain, bullying, hostile. Do not satisfy in the world the bold and vain pride that makes me sad and dejected in the times of distress. Put hard and strong brakes to my verbal service. Many frivolous mouths have given shelter to evil. My senses deceived disturbed me many times. To the raving emotions, for compassion, do not give me in. May your will finally be ready to foresee and provide. May in all and in the entire life my reason be my reason of being. My Lord, Father of goodness, of light, love without end, do not abandon me to the darkness that I bring within me. More than words, feelings, friends, feelings. This is humility. Casimiro Cunha is teaching us humility. Because humility, as Emmanuel says in the book Thought in Life, is about acknowledging the greatness of life and God and contrasting to our smallness, though our importance as God's creation, but our smallness, knowing that we are yet to evolve, though we love and approve of ourselves as children of God, right? We love ourselves as children of God, past the moment of imperfections. That's an exercise, and it takes humility to love ourselves. It takes humility to look at God, eye to eye, figuratively speaking, heart to heart, and say, my Lord, Father of goodness, of light and of love without ending, do not abandon me to darkness, the one that I bring inside of me. So, first and foremost, Casimiro Cunha ends this beautiful book, Drops of Light, reminding us of the importance of humility before God, not of humiliating ourselves, of being humble. That's humility, like our Master, Jesus. He came and he never said, I came here because I wanted, because I volunteered. There are many people who are like this. I'm here because I volunteered and I want. Very presumptuous. No, Jesus was like, I'm here because God sent me here. Can you imagine the stature of Jesus Christ coming to the earth and being so humble that though he has free will, he is humble to say, I'm here because God sent me here. Not like, because I'm volunteer, I'm doing my work, God trusting me, so you better obey me. No. He's humble, 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 humble. Right, Luciane Tuani? Big kiss to you. Write less severo. Gratitude to Chico Xavier, Casimiro Cunha, the whole team of the Good Spirits for the mercy of this poem. Right, Hercules, how are you? Right, Rihanna, this is the poem. Angelita, my friend, and Adolfo Xavier. Aidan, how are you? Lisa Teles, you're right. It's a mission accomplished because the good spirits support us. But what is the secret of humility? Incessant work. No, that's true. We were just doing our God at Home meeting, and we opened the book Living Spring by Emmanuel. He was talking in a message, I think, 90, about being courageous and fulfilling what you have to fulfill. He says, never stop working for the good. Never. The Christian should never, ever, ever, ever dream of repose. And Casimiro says, in a prayer to God, do not let me rest in the bed of illusion. Give me the luminous blessing of your reprehension. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? Do you ever pray like this, friends? We need to think about this. Do we ever pray like this? God, reprehend me if you see that I'm going out of my way, the right way. No, we're still like toddlers. Most part of us on earth, we're like toddlers. I want this, but I want it now. But we can't. But I want it, but I can't. But I want it, and I can't. And I No, Casimiro Cunha is teaching us this beautiful humility and the true surrender. Right, Fernando Crossetti and Livia Brady. Thank God for one more night, Andrea Cores. You know, right, Andrea? You have a beautiful heart. So, the third stanza of this prayer poem is about action and reaction. He reminds us of this beautiful action and reaction. He says very beautifully, de espírito encarcerado nos débitos que inventei, tenho sede do equilíbrio que nasce da tua lei. Of the imprisoned spirit in the debts that I invented, I'm thirsty for the balance that is born of your law. So many people nowadays remember how often, as a director of behavioral sciences at the University of Maryland, and we used to teach work-life balance, which is such a strange expression because work is part of life, right? So twisted. But anyhow, and people talk about, oh, we have to be balanced, we have to be balanced, we have to be balanced. But only Spiritism gives us the secret to balance. True balance, Casimiro Cunha reveals in a single verse. I'm thirsty for the balance that is born of your law. Meaning, only when we comply with God's laws, we'll be balanced. So if we want to be balanced, it's not about leaving work at 5, going home, playing with the kids, having dinner, sleeping early, waking up early. That's not balance. The balance we're talking about comes from above. It comes from the mind. It doesn't come from the external behavior. It comes from the source. It's like the waters and the spring, where it all begins, in the mind. And we will only be balanced when we are complying with God's laws. You want to do a test, homework? Not for me, because I'm not the teacher. Today, Casimiro Cunha is our teacher. sent by the governor of the planet, who is sent by God. But the test is the following. Am I complying with God's laws? Visualize a scale 0 to 10. 0 being like not complying at all, and 10 complying 100%. Just feel, where are you today, September 5th, 2017. If you're listening to this on demand, whatever day you're listening to this on demand, where do you think you are? Let me think for myself. Where am I? You will feel there is a number. Write it down. Double check in a month, 2 months, 3 months. Not only when it's New Year's Eve, every night and every day is a day to think about us and how we're fulfilling our role. Right? The only way to achieve this inner balance is to fulfill God's will. What is God's will? Open the Spirit's book. Read the beautiful questions and answers in the third part of the Spirit's book. Those are the laws. It says laws, natural or divine laws. 10 chapters. Read it and you will see. 10 laws. 10 laws. And you see how it goes. Everything begins in our conscience. That's why we're proposing ourselves to self-knowledge, as the good spirits say in the Spirit's book. They say that the laws are in our conscience. And if we want to avoid wrongdoings, I need to know myself. So in the 4th stanza of the poem today, he says, control my aspiration of winning and owning. I am stubborn and invigilant. Teach me to discern. And did you know that Umberto de Campos, in a beautiful article in the book Among Brothers of Other Lands, he wraps up the book telling a parable, and he says, paraphrasing a parable of Jesus, and then he ends by saying that Spiritism is the light of discernment. And Casimiro Cunha is saying to God, teach me to discern. This shall be our prayer every day, right? In obedience, as Sunshine is reminding us, obedience is the consent of reason, resignation, the consent of the heart, a cause to Lazarus in the Gospel according to Spiritism. Precisely. Beautiful. Now, the 5th stanza tells much about how we are. Intersecting my chest disagreements and dissensions do not relegate me to the yoke of my imperfections. We are still conflicted people, and for a while will be that way. Conflicted and conflicting. Dual. We are in this duality of what we know, what we have experienced, and what we are yet to know, and what we are yet to experience. That's what we call good and evil. We're yet to be whole. We're yet to be complete. But we need to make a choice. You know, that's why today I shared a beautiful song that was in, what's her name? Oprah's program. I saw on Facebook, it's just so beautiful. This lady singing this song, India Airy, I Am Light. And she talks about these inner conflicts that we may have. But she says, you know, I'm making a choice. And she says, I am light, I am light. She goes on, and she says, I'm not the mistakes that I have made. I'm not the mistakes that I have made, or any of the things that cause me pain. I am not the pieces of the dream I left behind. I am divinity defined. I am the God on the inside. I am a star, a piece of it all. I am light, I am light. She's making a choice not to be the conflicts, not to be the voices in the head, the pieces of brokenness inside. Precisely what Casimiro Cunha is telling us in this stanza. We go through this duality, but you can make a choice. I make a choice. You cannot choose yet what to feel, but you can choose how long you're going to continue managing the feeling, because feelings are byproducts of our vibrations and how we react, conditionings. We need to change them. So if I show you like a dog, hunger. If you're hungry, you're hungry. You can't feel guilty. Some people are guilty because they're hungry, but come on. Anger, it's self-preservation. Fear is also self-preservation, but the problem is to surrender to those feelings, to those emotions. So what is the option for us? I realize the emotion, I hold it, and I say, I see anger, you're there, I understand. Yeah, doesn't look pretty. Yes, you're afraid, I know. But you know what? We believe in God. Remember anger? We are not entitled to demanding of others what we cannot deliver ourselves either. So we manage, we talk to our feelings, we manage them, but we need to be courageous to see them. Right, Maria Silvanina? Friends, Casimiro Cunha is a teacher of the heart. And he says, how often I don't see my duties, but I see other people's duties. How often I'm quick to help people, but I'm blind to help when I am in pain. How many of us I'm good in advice, but when it comes to my life, ouch, I fail. Forgive yourself. Put your hand in your heart and say, I forgive myself. I'm learning. Like Virginia told me the other day. I gave her some cinnamon to sprinkle on the banana. Because, cinnamon helps, counterbalance the sugar of a banana. So that's a good tip, huh? Cinnamon, banana. So, there you go. And she sprinkled outside of the plate. And I said, oh, Virginia. She turned to me and said, Mom, I'm learning. I couldn't refrain from laughing because she was right. She's learning, but I'm learning too. Just because I'm no longer a toddler, that doesn't mean I'm not learning. How about you? Do you feel like learning? When you go to Michael's, to stores of arts and crafts, my friend Mark Smith, he was saying, when I was a child, I didn't see these cool things, like there's different types of Play-Dohs, the different colors. And then I said, it's interesting because sometimes as adults, we refrain from being spontaneous. And who said you as an adult cannot buy Play-Doh and play with Play-Doh? Who said it's only for children? In the label it says 3+, meaning if you are more than 3 years old, you can buy the Play-Doh. Yeah, you can. It says 7+, meaning if you are 7 years old and up. So if you are 50, 60, 70, and you feel like 20, 30, 40, and you want to buy the Play-Doh, or the color pencils, or the canvas, or that game, you can and you should, because the child in you is still living. The body has a particular age, but you're immortal spirit. as much as a child. Why can a child play with Play-Doh and you can't? Good question, huh? That's a good question. Maybe that's homework. All right. I think we're going to suffer much less when we allow our inner child to be playful and not repress. But playful in a discerning way, right? Because as adults, we have discernment already. So we can be playful. So we're not going to play with Play-Doh at work, but we can play it at home, right? Like Andrea Torres, I love painting mandalas. Go for it, Andrea. It can be very therapeutically, emotionally. It's one of the things that we say, working with colors, with your hands, can be very therapeutic, emotionally speaking. When Virginia is in need of putting emotions out and talking is not enough, the mentors have said, bring paint, color pencils, crayons, and let's paint, because she's going to bring those emotions out to the paper. It's not going to stay inside. We as adults should do the same. Right, Livia Moraes? She says, I love playing with children, and I love to listen to Cardiac Radio for Kids as well. Who doesn't? We love Cardiac Radio for Kids, right? Me too. Carrie and Mark do a fantastic work. Now, thank you, Livia. In my prayers, I almost always am like a Pharisee, feeling presumptuous, favored among your children. Do not listen to my cries. Do not satisfy my vain pride. Put hard, strong brakes in my verbal service. And he says more. My senses, deceived, disturb me oftentimes. The raving emotions, out of compassion, do not give me in. He's asking for help. It's a cry for help. May your will finally be ready to foresee and provide, being all and in entire life, my reason of being. To fulfill God's will should be our daily goal. How do I do that? Like this. Mentor Joseph told me, Vanessa, everything you do, you ask God, what would you like me to do here? How would you like that I address this? Some people think that addressing problems may be just soft. Sometimes what God wants you to do is to do what Jesus did, saying, no, you cannot sell merchandise in the temple. Sometimes we have to do the same in our life, saying, no, I do not want this. I do not agree with that. I am going to pass it. We need to fulfill God's will, but we need to discover it. What a beautiful discovery. You know why? Because God loves you, loves me, the same way He loved us yesterday, the same way He's going to love us tomorrow, with or without the body. He loves us, and that's it. And He, ahead of today, Spiritism tells us there's only progress. So you can daily expect beautiful surprises from God. Even when you're challenged by life, it's as if you're looking at an educator and saying, you're trusting me, right? That I'm going to do this exam and I'm going to succeed. And the educator is going to tell you, yes, I do. I'm giving you this exam because you're ready to go through it. That's God. And when we go through a test, we are upgraded. There's another degree of exercises, tasks, exams, trials, challenges, and then graduation. After graduation, another plateau of work, service, exercises on love, And from now to immortality, it's only better, 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 and better, 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 better. Better not in the sense of material life, better spiritually. It's only going to get better. So you don't feel afraid of waking up and saying, may this day be filled with surprises from God to me. God trusting in me that I will grow another level. That's how we can do it. It is possible. Others have done it. We're being called to do the same. Right, Teresa Castro? The children's songs. Yes, we're working on this, my friend. I'll let you know, okay, Teresa? Be in touch, okay? And we have some of the songs already at the Spirit Side of Virginia's website. When you click Spiritism for Babies, you will see some lesson plans with the lyrics, and you see some of the audios there. They are amateur, they are not professional yet, but just to give the parents, educators, a chance to use the songs, okay? Finally, my Lord, Lord, Father of goodness. He says, Father of goodness. What is good is good. It cannot be bad. Whatever is happening to us on the earth is being allowed by God. Why? Only God knows. But we know it's for a good cause. So we trust God. Father of goodness, of light and love, endless love, do not abandon me to the darkness that I bring within me. I am light, I am light, right? I am light, I am light. Yes, my friends, this is it, drops of light. Rejoice. Thank you, friends. And tomorrow, we're going to start a new series, Wisdom for the Spiritist Practitioner. It's another book, Educandário de Luz, not yet totally in English, but coming about. Several Spirits from Emmanuel, Dr. Bezerra de Menezes. Tomorrow, the first message is from Dr. Bezerra de Menezes. And Humberto de Campos, André Luiz, and many others. They are coming to teach us how to be better Spiritist practitioners. We need it. We're going to share with you. Come back tomorrow and rejoice. Join the club of the good. Not because we're good, but because we want to do the good. And remember, we're galloping, singing, I am light. And then we do the good, do the good, do the good, do the good. Okay, friends? Thank you. A big hug to you, Annie Cristina, Teresa Castro, and all of you. And until tomorrow, God willing.